got a face only a mother could love. He's a cutie! Me on a Friday night.
What makes
Me on
day?
a Friday night. Wild. I mean, you're not wrong. I'm just like, this was when he found out. What? Come on, the pig. What? That's a chicken nugget. They're ancient books. Yeah. That's a wallaby. We need to grow, Jesse. That ain't a shark. That's a zombie. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Scientists just discovered a new fish.
New fish?
Looks fucking ridiculous.
Parz is showing us a new fish. She's got a face only a mother could love.
This
He's a cutie.
is the bumpy snailfish, a freshly discovered species found off the coast of California. What makes this absolute specimen stick out is that it's a deep sea fish found at a depth of 3 kilometers. And I am here to tell you exactly why. Because once God finished building this thing, he took a step back, looked at it, realized exactly how fucking chopped it was, and punted that thing into the depths of the ocean where no one would ever see it again.
Be free!
However, thanks to the...
God damn it. I knew that Michael's clip was coming up. When he said it, they punted it. I was like, oh no, he's going to use the Michael clip. Be free! Slam fish in the water.
Mankind, it is here before us today to take the piss out of.
Look at the top of his head.
I mean, fucking look at it. It is a profoundly unserious creature. I do not think a single fucking thought has ever spawned behind those eyes. Not to mention the fit on it. It looks like an aquatic, uncooked turkey with a fucking smiley face drawn on it. Coming in at a solid 3 inches in length, Bumpy here is not the only species of snailfish. There's others that look like this. However, unlike his cousins, God deemed it so that this poor little f***er would be built like a shaved testicle. The scientific term for a pair of these should be a...
What the fuck? What? Come on, the pig!
sack. However,
Oh my God.
Despite the fact that he looks like a sperm cell with a receding hairline, I love him.
He's adorable.
So cute. Look at that smile. That shit reminds me of Sackboy on the PS3. I know when they got his ass on camera, he looked at it and went,
You know, when you showed me up, you put some of the stuffing in the wrong places, so I'm a little f***ed up. But will you take care of me forever and ever?
Hey boy, Nilma. He's adorable. He's a little adorable. He's a cutie. World's oldest shark.
this is the
Parz! We got Parz again.
oldest
Parz, chat,
shark.
Parz. Celebrate, it's Parz.
We got a boomer!
But how old
Boomer.
actually is it? This absolute fossil over here is the Greenland shark. And this may come as a shock to you, but the Greenland shark is found in f***ing Greenland, man.
No way!
And with Grandpa Shark here coming in at a fucking kaiju-sized 6 meters in length and a literal fucking ton in weight, this senior citizen probably worked with Godzilla back in his fucking day. But how senior is senior? Well, you might be expecting him to say something along the lines of, 100 years, maybe 150 years, right? Try higher. No, not 200. Close, but not 300 either.
Chocolate.
No, the Greenland
Chocolate.
shark can live up to 500 fucking years. I don't think you understand how old that is. So, to put it in perspective, this is Bob. Bob has just turned 500. Here is a list of things this has lived through. All 8 of King Henry's divorces, the invention of chocolate,
I remember when they first invented chocolate.
Shakespeare's entire lifespan, the Boston Tea Party, the signing of the Declaration of Independence and the founding of the United States, the colonization of Australia, the Industrial fucking Revolution, the invention of the light bulb and adoption of electricity. The Titanic becoming a submarine. World War I, the Great Depression. World War II, the Vietnam War.
I'm just like, huh? Imagine all the things it's seen in its life in the dark. Yeah. I don't think it saw these things.
The fucking moon landing and the invention of the internet. The first episode of SpongeBob. Schlatt's Crimes in 99. 2001.
I love that joke. I don't understand that joke, but the consistency of everyone that adopts that joke. Chef's kiss.
The invasion of Iraq. The global financial crisis. The death of Harambe. Australia catching fire. The virus. And it's still with us today to watch fucking TikTok.
Still with us today to watch freaking TikTok. That's funny. I didn't yawn. Shut up, chat. I didn't yawn. Anyways, that was Parz. We like Parz, right? More Parz? Parz? Parzy, 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 Parz? Are y'all trying to make me fall in love with an Australian guy? Is it? Is that what's happening here? We're just watching more.
Bird.
We're just watching more and more Australian things. More and more. Why are you quoting that? That is wild.
Is a serial
Wild.
killer.
Jesus Christ, you're the Bay Harbor Butcher. I really hate that name.
Introducing the Shrike, a
This was when he found out that the bird was the Bay Harbor Butcher. Because she'll never say that any other time. I mean, you're not wrong, but...
group of feathery friends found all over the world, including the land down under. Now, at first glance, you may be thinking to yourself, how could this sweet little guy be a vicious killer? I mean, he's so
That's how they get you. It's the silent, cute ones.
tiny. They only grow up to around 30 centimeters and cap their weight out at 90 grams. And on top of being about as threatening
That's a chicken nugget.
as a fucking teddy bear, look at their claws. A shrike trying to end anything with its talons is like trying to stab a hippopotamus to death with a fucking pool noodle. Listen to the thing, it sings like it's on American Idol. It's a songbird, a branch geek. You'd never heard a fly. But I'm fucking onto you, Tweety.
You give me a fucking creeps, you know that, Dexter?
You may have everyone else fooled, but I know exactly what you are, because shrikes actually have another name. They're called fucking butcher birds. Yeah, that's right, the Dexter jokes actually had a fucking point.
They're gonna butcher you.
You see, when the Bay Harbor butcher bird wants to hunt, they first start by selecting a target.
Tonight's the night.
Now, unlike Dexter, their code tells them they can eat whatever the fuck they want. Insects, mice, fuck me, even
Lizard.
And once they
Anyways,
their meal, they wait for the right moment and swoop on it. Now,
Bing.
while those claws might be fucking useless,
Lizard.
they
Lizard.
do
Lizard. Lizard. Lizard.
yes.
have a signature weapon, that tiny hook on the end of their beak. And once they land on their victim, they slide that hook into its neck, perfectly slotting between their vertebrae and severing their fucking spinal cord. But converting their prey into a vegetable isn't enough. No, 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 no. These sick fucks keep trophies. Once they have paralyzed their prey and shattered its spine, they will fly its corpse back to their larder, which is either a thorn bush or a fucking barbed wire fence. And once they get home, they fucking impale them. They will then
Me on a Friday night.
leave that corpse there for days.
Me on a Friday night.
Occasionally biting chunks out of it, eating it like leftovers from the fucking fridge. Next to collected blood slides, these fuckers create kebabs.
Kebab.
This bird is a...
Kebabs.
This crab is a boxer.
Boxer. Top of morning. Irish noises.
Ding, 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 ding.
Top of morning. Top of morning, everybody. Top of morning, cheap. Please don't do that during the 3 hacks, guys.
That's right, stepping into the ring at 0.15 grams and a huge 2.5 centimeters in length, it's the boxer crab.
Boxer crab. Catch these hands. What hands? It looks like he has flowers for hands.
You see, while most crabs use their... This crab is a boxer. The boxer crab has instead elected to spec into CQC and throw f***ing hands. And despite their completely
I gotta say, I love that Markiplier.
average and not at all small size, this f***er fights in the heavyweight division, able to punch out hundreds of times its size. But how does Nature's Little Mac win the fights? Well, that's pretty simple. He f***ing cheats. You see, those little pom-poms aren't a fashion choice. Those are both sea anemones. Boxer crab holds in its claws to use as basically f***ing brass knuckles. Now, they get these anemones by finding other boxer crabs who have them, jumping them, and then claiming them like they are a f***ing WWE title belt. Now, if you weren't aware, anemones are venomous plant-like animals that, in order not to get eaten, sting the shit out of anything that touches them. Boxer crabs are immune to that sting, but you bet your ass that everything that tries to eat the boxer crab isn't. So, the crab and the anemone enter into a symbiotic relationship, essentially becoming an aquatic venom, with the anemone getting some of the crab's food, and the crab gaining venomous brass knuckles. So, whenever a predator gets in the ring with Crab Tyson here, he'll wait for it to get just within striking range, and then... Mr. Squidward, I should kick your f***ing ass! This crab...
Game. Stanima.
I don't think you understand just how old sharks are.
They're ancient! I think Granny was a shark.
We got a boomer.
See, I'm not just talking individual sharks. Hammerheads, Bruce from Nemo, Jeff.
Yeah!
Your average shark lives
That was
anywhere
rude.
between 20 to 80 years. Nothing all that special. I'm talking sharks as a species. Because, as a concept, sharks are f***ing one-tricks. They have mained this class through every single balance adjustment Earth has thrown at them. From climate change, to the Ice Age, to that time God decided to punt a rock at Barney the dinosaur. Yeah, when it comes to prehistoric shark species, most people think of the megalodon. That big boy the size of a kaiju that was swimming around in the ocean around 26 million years ago. Which might sound like a long time, but as far as sharks go, this thing's a f***ing zoomer. Go back around 250 million years to the early Triassic, before the literal dinosaurs, and you'll find Helicorpion, a shark with a f***ing buzzsaw for a mouth. 250 not far back enough for you? Go back around 300 million years, and you will find Adestus, the f***ing pog shark. And if that is still not far back enough, you can go all the way back, right to the beginning, to the first recognizable shark, Doliotis problematicus, at 410 million years old. Sharks have existed for 4 times longer than Saturn has had f***ing rings.
Damn, they saw it put a ring on it.
The first tree only sprouted out of the ground 385 million years ago. That means that for 25 million years, Groot's great-great-grandfather was sat in God's drafts while this chased Nemo. I don't
The
think
first
you understand.
Bruce.
Okay, so
I've
as
seen
the
this.
Aussie animal guy, I feel like I might owe you an
It's a Jesus kangaroo.
explanation for this one. That is a normal fucking Roo. No, he is not Roosus Christ. He's not the second coming,
he is.
and he's not going to turn your water into wine. Alright, he
He might.
might turn it into VB if you ask nice.
Get that up
If that's
there.
the case, how the fuck is he stealing the Son of God's passive? Well, the answer is fucking sand.
I don't like sand.
Yeah, you
I don't
see,
like
what's
sand.
far more likely than a Roo being enchanted with water walking is that he's actually running on a sandbar. That is basically just a fancy description for ocean currents piling up a shitload of sand into one place, creating an offshore segment of the water that's not much deeper than a fucking kid's pool. Now, Roos know about sandbars, and they actually very frequently use them as a shortcut to get from A to B to find more food. So, while it looks like Skippy here is stealing Jesus' entire fucking flow, he's actually on a Macca's mish.
Let me get a...
Number 2 and a number 3.
I got into a car crash.
Car crash.
I was driving, I used to work on a farm. I'm driving down the road. It's a narrowish gravel road, so you really need to stick to your side. I come round a corner, so there's like a blind corner. I'm on my side of the corner. Someone comes around the corner in a big car too far over. I see them, and I have to go over to the side. That didn't run me off the road, but it put me in this really thick, you know, really loose, thick gravel. So the car starts sliding towards a wall on this side of it, like a fucking wall over here. So I slide it back, but over this side there's like a fucking 3-4 meter drop. And I was like, oh fuck. So I slide it back, then realize, oh, I can't get out of this slide. I'm going to crash. Kick the wall rather than going down a hill. Smash into the wall. The car like hits it like the car hits front on. The force of the impact spun it so it was facing backwards. I'm like holding the wheel. The car stops moving. I'm like, oh shit. Oh fuck. Okay. Open my door. I have to like put a bit of force into it. Like bonk the door open. Stumble out of the car.
He was drunk. Drunk driving is a sin!
I see the
Bad
front
thing.
end of my car has just been torn off. Like the bumper's ripped off, the radiator's been punctured. But there were 3 thoughts that went through my mind. The first one was, am I good? The second thought was, this is gonna make really good content when I talk about it. Like, this is gonna be really fucking funny. And then I was like, oh, my car's a write-off. I got into a car crash.
It's a write-off. Best kind of... Awesome.
There is a competition in America where they vote on the fattest bear.
I'm sorry, your mom lost it last year.
That's right, lads. F the Super Bowl. I'm
Yes!
about to introduce
Welcome
you
to
to
the
the most
joke.
important American sporting event of the year, Fat Bear Week. Hosted by the
Spanish.
Katmai
Hi,
National
Spanish.
Park and Preserve in Alaska every year from the 23rd to the 30th of September. The public watches
It was won by
as
Boca's
Winnie
mom?
and Paddington
My
fight
mom
out to see who
is
the most
anorexically
absolute
skinny.
of units.
So unfortunately, your joke
And
does
this
not work.
year's highest calorie Kumamane has been crowned. But before that, how the f does Fat Bear Week work? Simple. See, the event is held in the lead up to hibernation
Garlic.
season, while all of these
Hi,
bears
potato.
are at the peak of their bulk. Now, while it's running,
Mwah.
the park allows the public to view live stream footage from all of their trail cams. These cameras capture all the park's brown bears, allowing us to observe Freddy's fat-ass cousins like we just got a job at f***ing Fazbear Entertainment. Each bear caught on camera is assigned a number and occasionally a name. We, the people, then vote on the contestants day by day, pitting them against one another in a fucking single elimination tournament bracket, determining with our votes which bear most closely resembles a pyro commission until one bear is crowned the victor. Now, you may think this is just some silly little event, But no, over the years, there has been fucking voter fraud, a manhunt for a missing hiker, and one year, the trail cams caught one contestant beating to death and eating another bear. But now,
Look, he was hungry, okay? We move on.
to answer the question you've all been waiting for, the winner of the 2025
Look, she's the reason I started eating more salads. It's not going the way you think it's going.
is 32 Chunk,
Chunk!
winning with a broken jaw. They named that f***er after the render distance you need to load in his entire body at once. There is a competition in Australia just found a new shark. And of course,
Spanish! We're swearing off Australia Spanish. Hi, Spanish. But we're swearing off
from the
Australia.
land down
Too many
under.
sharks.
It's fucking weird.
weird.
Introducing the brand new Western Australian lantern shark.
That ain't a shark. That's a zombie. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
As the name suggests, discovered by a team of scientists off the coast of Western Australia.
Goodbye.
Now, as with the overwhelming
That's a
majority
zombie.
of weird shit in the ocean, the Ozempic shark here
Zombie.
is found in the deep sea, sharing a postcode with the anglerfish, that one xenomorph shark, and now, despite the word shark making most people think of something a little closer in size to, I don't know, Bruce, Slenderman's fish sonar over here only grows up to 30 centimeters. This little guy shares a weight class with a fucking foot long.
He's a foot long.
But I mean, honestly, I still personally think 30 centimeters is way too big. He could be
Hi, Sushi.
just as good as the other sharks if he was
Cowardly
like,
dra-
let's just say
That's a zombie. That's a zombie.
3 inches. However, other than being built like a fishy
damn
USB
zombie.
cable and owning a property in rock bottom, what makes him so weird? Simple. He fucking glows.
Glowing. He's a zombie.
Fucking white. Well, you see, these bad boys are found in the twilight zone of the ocean, around 1.2 kilometers below the surface. A place so fucking far down, it sees less sunlight than the inside of a gacha addict's room. And so,
He put a job application. That little butt.
lantern sharks evolved bioluminescence on their gills and fins in order to fucking communicate with one another. The glow is the evolutionary equivalent of a fucking indicator, showing that a literal abyss shark is more intelligent than your average BMW driver. Australia just found a new Aussie farmers thought they were being attacked by aliens. But what was actually causing it is so much funnier. This is a wallaby. The kangaroo
Wallaby. That's a wallaby. That's not a wallaby. This is a wallaby.
is vertically challenged little cousin. Now, to get a little more specific, this is a Bennett's wallaby, native to my home state of Tasmania. And that location
I didn't like that sound. Sounds dangerous.
is very important to the story. Tassie is home to a lot of things. Beautiful views, a seal with a felony record, and the nut. However, one thing they tend to
You're just talking to the man.
leave off the tourism brochures
Wanna be?
is drugs.
I wanna be the berry man.
Tasmania is the world's largest exporter of legal opium. The main
So what you're telling me is it's drug rat. Got it.
ingredient in opioid painkillers like morphine, with this one tiny island producing 50% of global supply. Now, opium comes from poppy milk, and to get poppy milk, you need to milk poppies. And to produce that 50% of global supply, Tasmanian
need to grow,
farmers
Jesse.
grow huge fields of these things across the north of the state. However, because throwing these flowers into a crafting table gives you f***ing narcotics, these fields are legally required to be under extremely tight security. Which is why these same poppy farmers became extremely confused when f***ing crop circles showed up in the plant equivalent of a f***ing Town Hall 9 Clash of Clans base. They were understandably absolutely f***ing bewildered by this, and some people even thought it was aliens. So to figure out whether or not it was a Halo Elite drawing this shit, they set up some cameras. And what they saw was this little shit breaking into the field, eating the milk-filled buds, getting absolutely f***eyed, and then hopping in circles until he passed the f*** out. They thought the f***ing Covenant were invading, and it was a drink-driving wallaby. Aussie farmers thought they were being...
He a drunk. He a drunk. Jesse, we have to cook. No, Jesse, we have to drink the flour.
attacked by aliens.
Oh, that's the last one? Oh no! We're out of Australia. Oh no. Goodbye. That was Parz! We love Parz in this household, but we're never going to visit him because, good God, hell no.
Sent you something else too.
Goodbye, Australia.